Hi, and welcome to today's workshop on sales pipelines and opportunities. I will be covering how to never miss a lead, never let leads drop between the cracks, and all the automation to enable you to follow up. So we'll be starting that in just 1 second. Without further ado, though, we'll make a start on this today's workshop, which is all about the sales pipelines and opportunities. So this is all about capturing leads and following up consistently so the opportunities don't fall between the cracks and get lost in a leaky bucket sort of situation. Um, and we're going to show you how to set that up and also to set up the automation to support the sales guys as you manage the sales process through the pipelines. So the first thing I'm going to show you is how we're using the opportunities. Okay, so you can actually see what it looks like in practice before we actually get into the nitty-gritty of setup, because that way, when we look at setup, it'll all sort of make sense and come together for you. Okay. So first of all, so you're looking at my account now. So straight away on the dashboard, yeah, you can have all your reports on your dashboard. Uh, Part of that, you can have all different reports on your opportunities and your sales pipelines. Yep. So you can customize all that later on in your dashboard. I just thought I'd mention that now. But we'll dig straight into opportunities. You click on opportunities, and you can see here, this is just one of my sales pipelines. This is actually the one that I use for my sales. But you can have multiple pipelines, yeah. So as soon as someone becomes a client, they automatically move to my client management pipeline, yeah. And I've got different ones for various projects we're working on, including something called support here. Okay. So
Yeah.
the traditional way to use a sales pipeline is like a sales pipeline, but you can also get creative with it as well and use these pipelines for non-sales type purposes. So to give you a nice example of how you can get creative with them and manage anything that occurs in a sort of linear progression. Okay. So if you look here on Marketing Mate, if you go to where is it? Support portal. Yeah. I've got a simple form here. So if one of our subscribers wants support, they can just fill this simple form in. Yeah. And they can upload an image, etc. like that, anything like that. So just by filling a form in, that triggers an automation, which we'll look at later on, which creates an opportunity. And that opportunity is appearing in this pipeline here. And I've called this pipeline support. So it's not actually I'm not using it as a sales pipeline. I'm just using it to create a very simple ticketing system. Yeah. So obviously you can go online and there's more advanced, dedicated sort of support ticketing systems available. But this is a quick one you can build yourself in HighLevel. Uh, so as soon as that form I just showed you is filled in, it'll trigger an automation which will create a ticket here. Ping, yep. As soon as that ticket's created, the automation kicks in again, and it's going to send me a text, an email, ping me on the mobile app, the HighLevel mobile app. So I know I've got a support request coming wherever I am. Yeah, I will then review that, and I might decide, well, I'm going to work on that one. So I'll move the opportunity to work in progress for me, or I might ask, well, that's one for Atticus to deal with. So I'll move it to Atticus here. As soon as I move it to this stage here, it triggers automation and it's going to ping Atticus, send him a text, email him, ping him on the mobile app. So he knows we've got a ticket to deal with. We deal with that query, whatever it may be, and as soon as it's completed, we move it to completed. The client it triggers an automation, the client gets an email, we've sorted the issue out. Any more problems, gives a shout. And within seconds of moving it here, it's automatically moved to one. So it disappears. So in this pipeline here, it should ideally it should always be empty because we're dealing with things straight away. Does that make sense? So just show you a way of using it creatively to not just a sales pipeline, but any sort of linear process.
Right, just to let, I just feel like an idiot because I've got separate Kanban software, and I just think, oh my God, I should have done that instead.
are you using something like Trello or something like that?
Sorry?
Are you using Trello or something like that, Jeremy?
Yeah. And it's just to track jobs that need doing, and could have done that instead, couldn't I, really, with the customers?
But just keep it all in one place that way, yeah.
Yeah.
So you've had a little eureka moment already. So
Yeah.
that's using it
Well,
as
idiot moment, more like.
a so that's a support. I'm using it there as a support portal. Just going back to my sales pipeline here, yeah. So here you see all the stages, and you will customize it to your key milestones in your sales process. Okay, I'll show you a few of mine here. A new inquiry comes in. Okay, you can see some of them coming in here. These are coming in from some of these are coming in from live chats where the voice AI is chatting to people online. Yeah, so I've not looked at these and cleared these ones out yet. But these create opportunities here. If someone books a discovery call with me, they'll pop up here in the discovery call. Yeah. And then it gives me a way of managing the process through from working and the agreeing principle. Yeah. Maybe someone's not ready to become a client right now. I'll move them to maybe in the future. And that can trigger like a 4-year campaign where you send them an email every 5 months just to keep in touch. So sort of trigger this moving an opportunity through these stages becomes triggers for the automation, which we'll look at later on. I've got one here that I find quite useful. Delete contact and opportunity. Okay. So you may or may not want this. If you've got a sales team, maybe you don't want to be able to just delete opportunities. For me, it works. Again, it's working out what works for you. So for instance, I'll show you an example. You see here, I've got some inbound calls here via the voice via the voice AI on the website. So I've got an opportunity created there, and go into the opportunity to contact record quickly. Just see, was it a valid opportunity or was it just someone a tire kicker? Have a check there. So I'm looking to see is this a real opportunity? I'll look for my notes. So you see here, this is a note here. So when they've had a chat, when somebody's had a chat with Bob, the live agent on the website, it's left this chat. The call was initiated but ended almost immediately after the agent's greeting. So that person has gone on, started a chat, and then ignored it, disappeared. So to me, that is an opportunity. So what I will do then is go to opportunities. And for my system, the way I deal with those sort of non-opportunities is simply move into a stage called delete opportunity. So I go to the sales pipeline. If I move into this stage now, delete contact and opportunity, it'll delete the contact, delete the opportunity. The automation does the work for me. You could do it manually, but you first of all got to delete the opportunity, then you got to go in and delete the contact, which takes a bit of time. Whereas I just do this, move my things out of the way, update that, like that, and that'll take care of it for me. Yep. So I moved it straight to the delete stage, and it'll delete that opportunity. Going back to the pipeline again, and all this, guys, you can do not only the desktop like I'm doing here, but also on the mobile phone app. Yeah. So if you haven't got the mobile phone up, it's really handy to have this on there because say you're out and about and a client calls you, say, yeah, I'm ready to get started now, or whatever stage, you can go onto the mobile app there and then and just move the opportunity. Uh, Much better to do that than think, oh, well, I'll do that when I get back to the office because no doubt you'll forget. So the mobile phone app is really, really handy for this. And again, if you've got a sales team as well, super handy for them if they're out on the road, anything like that. So this is all the stages I'm using. You would customize these to your requirements. Yeah. And when I'm working with clients, it's all about, okay, let's think about your sales process and work out what are the key milestones. Oh, has someone got the microphone on? Oh, okay, right. Yeah, so the key to making the opportunities work is to work out what are the key concrete milestones. Nothing, you don't want anything woolly, and you've got to name them with terms that resonate with you and your team. So, for instance, you might not want to call it new inquiry, you might not call it new lead or new opportunities, whatever you call these things, so that it resonates with everyone, and then everyone will buy in and use the system. That making sense so far, guys? Any questions for any? Everyone's quiet. Good. Okay, I'll carry on then. Um, so these are the key stages. Okay, so also some people are saying always ask, well, should I be applying tags when they move through the stages? Yeah, so we can automatically add and remove tags. You can do that, uh, but I don't tend to do that because I find it it's a bit redundant. So for instance, if I've got a list of people in here in the maybe the future stage, and I've got 114 people in there. If I wanted to send those 114 people a quick email, yeah, maybe make a special offer to them, offer to bring someone back in, yeah, reactivate them. What I could do is I go to contacts. So those stages become actually email lists effectively. I can go to filter, yeah, and I can go scroll down here and find it. Bear with me. Opportunity stage, yeah. So first of all, the pipeline is my Julian Mills Consulting, and the stage is maybe in the future. And I can bring a list of those 100, should be 114 people, 115 I've got in there now. So now I've now got a list effective of people that are maybe in the futures, which I could then click on here like so, select all, and I could send them an email. I could drop them into an automation to send them a whole series of emails or tasks to someone to give them a call or whatever I want to do. So I don't find there's any need to be adding a tag to say it's a new inquiry. Removing that tag and then applying another tag to say working or one, there's no point because you can do it all from the actual stage and you don't have to worry about keeping tags up to date that way. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's really useful.
Brilliant. Okay. So coming back to the opportunity pipeline. Okay. So here, when I'm in the pipeline, I can add an opportunity manually. I click here. I can look up the contact. You can do this all on the mobile phone app again, yeah. And I can create an opportunity in the right this the right pipeline. You choose the pipeline you want to pop it into, the stage. So you can do it all manually, of course. Well, again, we try and avoid doing manual work where possible. And we can automatically create opportunities using the automation. So for instance, Steve's example of the trade shows you mentioned, yeah. So you could have a QR code on the stand. The visitors scan that, bring them to a form. They fill a form in, and when they submit the form, that's a trigger, and we create the opportunity as a new inquiry or a new lead. So we'll cover that in a few minutes' time. Is that okay? Good.
Sorry, so could Steve have his business card with a QR code that links to something as well that they fill a form in?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah,
Fill
exactly.
a
Yeah,
form in, yeah.
got
Fill
that.
a form in triggers the automation, yeah. Yeah.
And this will create the QR code beforehand.
Yeah, we can create the QR code in HighLevel here, yeah. So you go to
Yeah. Okay.
you
I
know
know
how
it's
to
separate, but that's a good
exactly
idea.
you'd have to create a form in you have to go to marketing. Where is it?
So I'm not good enough as Steve. I can't go to those.
Yeah.
Not yet.
So first of all, you would create a form here, or you want to get super fancy, you could create a survey, which is like a multi-step form. Yeah. Get your link to your form, and then you go to QR code and create a QR code, and then you could put a little plastic on the show. You might want on the trade stand. You might want to put a plastic holder with the QR code in that takes into the form that creates the opportunity. Yeah,
Oh, and that circle one's really attractive, isn't it?
it's neat, isn't it? Yeah, you got different shapes now. Yeah.
I like that. Steve, do that one, please.
I think
and
Steve's
let me
been
know your
distracted.
success.
I don't know if you can
That'll be,
see this.
He's slightly out of
oh,
focus.
it's a bit blurry. It's really blurry, but
Hang on, why can't I get it in focus?
It's trying to focus on your face, I think.
cover your face. Yeah.
How about
Still not seeing it,
No, still
Steve.
not.
that?
It wants
Okay,
your
well, it's a,
face.
basically it's a perspex box, and it's got a sort of card holder bit in the front. It's got a paper card holder at the front, but it's got a QR code. So this is an offer to win an Apple Watch at a particular event. This very box picked up a lead that resulted in a 1.7 million pound order.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I need to follow you around, Steve, and
Yeah.
just get zap every QR code you do. That's brilliant. Good idea. I'm
Okay,
not going to
so
copy it, but thank you.
thanks for that, Steve. That's brilliant. So now we'll go in and with one of my test accounts, I'll show you how to set up the pipeline, okay, from scratch.
Just jumping in here, if you're enjoying the workshop so far and want to work with us on your high level system, there's a link below where you can sign up to Marketing for free for 30 days and we'll get you onboarded and started. We look forward to speaking soon.
Okay, so in my one of my dummy accounts, my test accounts here, if you go to opportunities now, you'll see there's nothing in the pipeline. There's no pipeline set up. So we click on pipelines. Yeah, I'm going to create a create a pipeline. Okay, so you can have multiple pipelines, but we've got one here. We'll call it sales pipeline. You see by default it's coming new lead, contacted, proposal sent, closed. Yeah. So normally I wouldn't have closed because we by default we have one unlost. You'll see in a minute. So I wouldn't normally have that one. Contact. I normally have a stage called contacting. I'll give you an example in a minute. I might have some more stages as well. I might have one called working. Yeah. I might have another. So it's again, it's whatever um, you require. What are your concrete milestones in the sales process? I'm just showing you my sort of typical ones. Yeah, for inspiration, maybe. I might have a discovery call booked. Like that. And one I always tend to have is called maybe in the futures. Yeah. Oh, I'm trying to do it too quickly. Okay, so that's a sort of give you a quick example of a very basic sort of one. Yeah. I've had clients where you've had 30 stages, which is great, but the more stages you have, the more complicated it gets to manage. Can you go?
30.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
But that was a wedding venue, so it wasn't just a sales pro. It wasn't just a sales. It was then all the stages of the planning of the wedding to the actual wedding day. So it's a bit more than just a sales process there. So I just create that one here, and you see here you can move these around here like so, like that. Yeah, discovery call might be like that. So you can rearrange those. The new here, you can have colors now here. Yes, you can color things in a bit more, make it a bit more personalized. And I was with a photography client the other day, and they were putting emojis in here as well. They were quite visual, so they put emojis in here, which I thought was interesting.
That's for Atticus to enjoy.
So I'll create that pipeline there. And okay, so we've got the pipeline set up now. Now when I go back to opportunities, you'll see we've got the pipeline. Okay. So I'm going to manually add an opportunity now. So you click on add an opportunity. So again, this is all dummy data here, so I can pick anything. Yeah. Phone number. I'm going to drop it as a new lead. Yeah. We can actually have custom fields on here, by the way. Okay. So we can capture custom opportunity record custom fields. So where we're not capturing specific data on the contact now, but on the actual opportunity or that particular job. Yeah. So examples might be if it was not if you're doing something maybe with property maintenance. Yeah. The opportunity address the address on the opportunity, maybe you might have it as the actual house where the service has been delivered, for instance. Whereas normally on a contact record, you'd have the person's the contact address. So you can store that. So you can manage fields here. You can add more fields. So again, we've got the custom fields now, and then we're creating custom fields. Again, this is where normally a custom field by default is set on the contact record, but we can have it as an opportunity one. Like that, yeah. And give it a name. And this might be this might be job number, for instance. Why is it not letting me save it? Got to choose a folder like so. So I've just created a custom field in the opportunity record there now. Okay, so if you go back to the opportunity, oops. Bear with me, I've got myself locked out. Okay, so I'll start again now. You'll see. So if I go to add opportunity, and you'll see now I can put in job number. I've got a field for the job number at the bottom, like that. I can choose where I want them as a new lead. Yeah. Set the contact. So that's creating an opportunity. You can do all this on the mobile phone app as well, guys. Yeah.
But to be clear, these opportunity custom fields, you won't be able to see them on the contacts record. They're different
Oh,
things, aren't they? So when you go to create a custom field, make sure you know whether it's in your contacts custom field or an opportunity custom field.
yeah. I created a opportunity custom field here for the job number, for instance. So then, obviously, once you've got that, you've got your opportunity in the system, and it's a case of moving it down this pipeline like so. Yeah. And notice as soon as I grab the opportunity at the bottom here, I've got the option to move it to lost, abandoned, or won. Okay. So those are extra. These are when you move it across here. This is changing the stage. This is an opportunity. What is it? This is an opportunity change. You're changing the opportunity when you change them across here. When you move them to lost, abandoned, or won, you're changing the status. Just to be aware of. So, for instance, on your opportunities here, on any day to day, all you want to see here is the live opportunities. Yep, people opportunities you're working to convert. Yeah. As soon as you move them to one, you'll see it disappears. If I move this one to one like that, it's disappeared off my sales pipeline now because it's a done deal. Yeah. You don't need to see that forevermore in your live day-to-day view. Yeah. But the opportunity's not disappeared. Some people say, well, where's it gone? Where's it gone? Yeah. It's all to do with the filters now. Click on filters. Uh, by default, it's only set to show the status as open. Yeah. If I change that to show the there's one, then it'll reappear as a one opportunity appearing in the last stage it was at before it was moved to one. So this is just updated actually. So it's got nice color now and it shows it's plain it's one. So that's just an update that's recently happened. It's a lot easier to understand now. So at the moment I'm looking at I only want to see the ones that are one, but day to day you want to see the live ones you're working. So normally you would just have them as open here. Does that make sense? Because it gets a bit confusing where you see different views there.
Yeah, I've had sales teams with a lot of confusion with this because they suddenly can't see deals that they thought was there, and it's what I've tried to do to counter that is produce a report, and you can produce a report that basically sort of maps out all the results they need to see in one place, which is quite good.
Yeah, oh, that makes sense. This makes it a lot easier now. It goes green and it's got actually says one on there, which is a big improvement into Atticus, that one.
That's really good.
When you go to an opportunity, see here, it's set. If you've got more than one team, you just assign the opportunity to an owner. Yeah, it might be a sales rep. Yeah, and a lot of that can be done automatically. Yeah. And in the user settings, we can set it so that the sales rep only sees opportunities and contacts that have been assigned to them. Yeah. So you might have a sales pipeline. You might have 10 salespeople working in there, but each of them is only seeing the opportunities that have been assigned to them. That's something else to think about. You've got a sales team. In my instance here, it's just me and Atticus, so it doesn't really matter. But if you've got a sales team, that becomes important. Anything else to cover there, Atticus, before I move on to the automation? If you think of anything I've missed.
No, it's just a case of getting in there and using it, isn't it?
Yep.
It's quite intuitive. Just getting your head around them filters is the main thing.
Yeah. If I just move this back to if I move it out of one into say open again, and it'll appear back on the discovery call book stage, you'll see that.
Oh, and just like we mentioned at the last time you did this, if you've got automations going and you keep flipping between, then it's gonna send a lot of messages to people, isn't it? If you've got them set.
Exactly, yeah. So moving through a stage here, like you say, becomes let me move that to up. The I'll show you again. Yeah. So if you've got the automation set up, which we'll look at later on, if you start moving them through here, that can be triggering emails. Yeah, ping, ping, ping. Yeah. See, when you set up your automation, you just got to think these things through. Yeah. Sometimes you might want to put, say, a 5 minute delay. Yeah. Before anything happens. So I'm moving to that stage there. There might be a 5 minute delay. So if I go, oops, I moved to the wrong one, I need to move it there. You can then build it in so that the automation doesn't start. A little bit more advanced to do that, but it's possible. It's all doable. Yeah.
Julian, quick question. I had a company I was talking to the other day. They use Pipedrive, and one of the things in Pipedrive is that if certain opportunities haven't moved along a stage, they have a thing called rotting or something, which
Oh,
basically can flag opportunities that are sort of got stuck somewhere, and they could set the number of days to indicate that that needs some attention. Is there a way of doing that in here?
yeah, we've got that. Yeah, we've got that covered. Yep. Uh, that's in the automation side of things. Yep.
Okay.
So at the moment we're covering how to set up the pipeline.
Yep.
Yeah, and how to manage the opportunities. Is that all making sense so far, guys? Yeah.
Perfect. Yep.
And I'll just show you just on this demo record here. I'll just show you here. So from a contact record, you're in a contact record. How do you get to the opportunities? Well, it's this menu down the side here. Yeah. So you can have any notes here. Uh, this is the opportunities here, so it takes you to the opportunities. And you can see here I've got the test record I set up, the test opportunity. And see here, I can go in there and I can manage it from there, go straight into it. Does that make sense?
So from your pipeline, we use notes quite a lot, don't we, to store information? Can you show us what that would look like?
A note.
Yeah, so from the pipeline view, like,
All
do you
right.
know what I mean?
If I pop a note on here, I don't know, a test note. Yeah, I put test. So.
Sorry, Atticus, I like how you're taking control, mate. Now, good. Time to
You can
start presenting.
just save that like that. So I've just created a test note there. Yep. So if I go to, is this what you mean, Atticus? Click on the opportunity here. If I go into the opportunity here, I should be able to see the note. I can see the test note there. Any tasks as well. Yeah. You can see any appointments that have been booked, anything like that. So they're trying to give you sort of is find the information as easy as possible. They're getting HighLevel's getting better and better almost on a daily basis at doing this. But
Yeah.
And them notes can be put on by the workflow as well, can't they? And we'll show that in a second.
they could be automatically put on there. I've got one here I can show you an example of. Oh, it's in my account. I spotted a nice one earlier. I was going to show you. See this one here? So if I go to notes here. Maybe not that one. Let me find it. I think it's this one here. Yeah, so this note was left automatically when someone had a live chat with the voice AI. Yeah. Um, so if I go to the opportunity, you can see the notes in the opportunity there. You can also see them in the contact. I'll show you the contact. Go to this contact here. You can see. I mean, you can have the notes nice different colors now, which is quite nice. Just I'll show you here an example. Go to notes here. Yeah, so you can color your notes in like post-it notes, which is quite nice. Yeah. So this is a summary of a transcription of voice AI call that happened. Yeah, all that. So got all that. Right. So that's the basics of setting up the opportunities. Is that making sense to everyone? Yeah. Now, so that's the opportunities, how you move them around, how you manage them. Now we're going to look at the other side of the coin, the automation, how the automation can help us, and like say, like identify stale opportunities, like Steve was mentioning. So go to automation. So again, we've got a whole workshop. We might have the next one in the series on automation here. But for me, the first thing I'd be looking to do is set up a dedicated folder in the automations for the sales pipeline. So you create a folder, just organize it, keep it all in one place. Might call it sales pipeline. Like so. And we've got a sales pipeline. Click on here, create the first workflow. I'll start from scratch here to show you the concept. Again, I'm going quite quickly today, guys, because we do a separate workflows or um, workshop. So again, anytime you want to do the workflows here is the workhorse of HighLevel. Spend 80% of time doing it in here. So first of all, let's look at triggers relating to the opportunities. So click on new trigger. If I type in opportunities here, we've got all these triggers. Yeah. Notice that Steve was one called stale opportunities.
Oh,
Just like you mentioned in Pipedrive. So we'll look at that
yeah.
one first of all. So say an opportunity's been in there in the working stage for 3 weeks. Yeah. And that's too long. We want to trigger something. You use stale opportunity trigger. Yeah. And we'd add a filter there. So first of all, we're going to drill down to the actual pipeline. Okay. So at the moment with this filter, I'm looking for any stale opportunities in the sales pipeline, and I'll put a number of days in there. Okay, so now this trigger is looking for any opportunities that haven't been worked on in the last 21 days in the sales pipeline. Yeah, I can even drill down further into the actual stage. So we look here, stage, pipeline stage, new lead. Yeah. So now, if any new leads come into the new lead sales stage, and they're in there for 21 days, it's going to deem it a stale opportunity, which I must admit, 21 days is probably a bit excessive here. You will be more, you probably want it to be more like 1 day. Yeah. You want to be working on new leads straight away. Yeah. So after 1 day, if they're still in the pipeline stage, new lead, it's going to trigger. Okay. Um, again, so it's a pipe drive does that bit, Steve. I think you're fine, but it doesn't do the next bit very well. Yeah. So it's like, okay, so when that triggers, when it deems it's a stale lead after 1 day, what do you want to have happen? Yeah. We can send an internal notification to people, maybe the sales rep, the sales rep's manager. Yeah. If the manager starts getting lots of emails saying you've missed a lead, you can start asking the sales rep why you were missing these. Yeah, that sort of thing. Yeah. But you can send any of the team a message, uh, trigger tasks, whatever you want to do, Steve, then, yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's one example of automation there. Yeah. I'll change that one. So I can let me delete that one and work to the next one. Just delete that one. Yeah. Most often what we're doing is when they're moving from one stage to another, we're triggering automation. So a nice easy one to explain is uh, if you move someone to a stage maybe in the future, yeah. You've had a good chat with them. Maybe they've disappeared on you. Yeah, not answering your phone now. But you had an initial good chat with them, so they're a live one, should we say? Yeah. Uh, there may be a lead in the future, and I would call that a maybe in the future. Yeah. So I want to trigger automation as soon as they move into maybe in the future stage. That's just a trigger. It's a trigger opportunity. So not a status, it's opportunity changed. Yeah, add a filter. So again, first of all, I've got to drill down to the specific pipeline because eventually you might have 5 or 6 pipelines. So we've got to tell it which pipeline we're dealing with first of all. In pipeline equals sales pipeline. Yeah. And I'm saying when they move to stage, maybe in the future, maybe in the future. Okay, so that trigger now, when they get moved to maybe in the future, and it can be manually done or automatically. Yeah, when they move to maybe in the future, that's going to trigger this workflow. Yeah. So typically these are people that have said to me, "Oh, can you give me a call in a year's time?" Or I've had a good call with them and then I can't reach them again. You know, they go dark on you. Yeah. So that is going to trigger as soon as I move the opportunity to maybe the future. And I might say, okay, let's wait 5 months. So I might put a wait in there, or 6 months maybe. So if I do kind of work that out. So 6 months would be up to 180 days. We've got to do it by days, I'm afraid. So it might be wait 6 months. Yeah. And then we'll send them an email. Click on email, send them an email. And this is the way I like to work it. Let's get the skeleton of the campaign first, or the workflow set up, and worry about the details like what copy we're going to say, what image is going to use. Worry about that later on. So email, I call it email one. Oh, hang on. Let's send an email. Yeah, so this would be email one. And I just put in something. I've got to put in something there. So I'm going to send email one after 6 months. I could duplicate that quickly. Pop it in there. Click on paste below. So now I've got a year's worth of follow-up now. Email two. Yeah. And so on and so forth. To build out the automation you want to follow up with. So copy all that, copy all actions from there. And hopefully you get the idea. You start to build up a whole campaign, following up with the maybe in the futures.
Just out of interest, would you pop them in your mailing list, your email mailing list as well? And at what stage? Like when they
Uh,
inquire first? Because you got
uh,
me on that as well.
yeah, what I
Spamming,
typically
spamming, spamming all the time.
what I typically do, Jeremy, is when you signed up for a discovery call or anything like that, I'll say, "Would you like to receive my newsletter?"
Mm,
So you actually opted in there, so you're on the list, yeah.
yeah. Okay, okay. It's good to know.
Yeah. If you sign up for a workshop, then we send you reminders after that. I guess it's legitimate interest there because you've signed up for one, so I'm telling you about other ones we got. You can always unsubscribe anytime, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
an important concept here is basically, so I've got about 2 years worth of emails going there, yeah. I could, a quick aside, yeah. I could create a loop so those emails never end for you. So click here. I click a go to here, go to, click on a go to like that. If I save that like that. Yep. Normally it lights up blue dashes here, but after that, the fourth email in a row there, oh, there you go. They go back to start. That's snakes and ladders, yeah. So once they're in there, yeah, effectively that workshop never ends unless you unsubscribe, which can be a bit of a problem. Sorry, Steve.
I've I've got this situation we're trying to set up tomorrow, where this client has got annually recurring servicing on their gas stoves and chimney sweeping if they've got a wood burning stove. Now, what you just said there has made me think that if the recurring reminder, because basically once they become a service contract, they get service once a year. That's it. Once they get their chimney swept, they get it swept every year. It's just got to be, and what they want to do is to automate to make sure that no one is ever missed with a reminder.
Right, yeah.
And what I'm thinking of this, what you've just said there is so useful, is that if they're paying their subscription and they've got everything in this one system, basically they'd be fools to not continue subscribing to the CRM because it's really sticky, isn't it? They're locked in there then.
Yeah, yes, yeah. So that's like say for chimney sweeps, you could create an annual campaign like that where they're going around the whole year. Yeah, you can take it to another level, which is outside the scope of today, using custom date fields and event times. So you can do it other ways as well, which gives you more opportunities to fine tune it later on. But yeah, that's exactly the sort of idea, Steve. Yeah, but the reason I showed this looping workflow here is once we set this in motion, once someone drops into here, they're going to go round and round getting these emails. Yeah. So after the first 6 months, they might have come back to us, phoned us up and said, yeah, I'm ready to become a client now. Yeah. If you then move the opportunity out of maybe the future to one, yeah, they're still in this workflow. Yeah. They're still going round and round here. Two things are independent. You've moved the opportunity to one, but the contact is still in this workflow, going round and round getting the emails. So you probably don't want that to happen. Okay. So the way around that is to set up another workflow. Okay. So this might be add to me. This I would call this one maybe in the future stage. Okay, so once you move the opportunity to maybe in the future stage, they drop into here, and as far as the system is concerned, they're going round and round there forever, unless you unsubscribe. Or we do something else. I would then set up a second workflow. We just save that. So in here to accommodate needing to stop that maybe the future sequence that's looping round around, I would then create another workflow. Oops. That's going to effectively stop that when we want to. So this one I would call stop. Stop maybe in the future. Stop maybe in the future loop. Okay, so anytime. Did you have another way of doing this, Atticus? Was it opportunity changed?
It depends what the call to action is, doesn't it? If they
Yeah.
book a discovery call, then for us that would take them out maybe in the future and move them to discovery call booked.
I'll just show you the normal way I'm doing it. Stage. So there's a little bit of setup involved in this one. Okay. Obviously, so new lead. So I have to build up a series of triggers here. Yeah. So the first one is if you were to take that maybe in the future opportunity and move it back to new lead, not that you ever would, but I'm just building in safety here. Yeah, it's going to trigger. Yeah. Yeah. And then if you move it to new lead, the first thing it's going to do here is remove. I'm going to remove them from the workflow. Where is it? That, yeah. So if you were to take that opportunity and move it to a new lead, it's going to trigger here and it's going to remove them from the maybe in the future. So it's sort of like a negative feedback there. Yeah, that's that. And obviously I've got to duplicate this now for all the other stages in the pipeline. So I duplicate that, and this one's going to be the moving to contacting. You just have to think through the logic of these things. Yeah. Yeah. And then the next one would be there's only a few stages here, so this one would be moving to discovery call booked. Yep. And then the final one I would also have would be a status change. So if I move it to one lost or abandoned, that would stop this automation as well. Opportunity. Bear with me. That's just something. Opportunity. Hang on. Opportunity status changed. So here, if I was to move them to one lost store in the future, again, I've got to put my make sure it's particular because you might have multiple pipelines eventually. So you've got to drill down always to the pipeline here. And for instance, here, uh, moved from status. Okay, so by default, every live one's going to be not in open. If I should move it to one lost or abandoned, it would then trigger this rule here. Does that make sense? Have I lost anyone? Yep. So these two workflows are working in sync, as it were. Yeah. You move them to the opportunity to maybe in the future. It drops them into a campaign where they're going to loop round forever, getting emails. Every 6 months, get an email. But they can unsubscribe, of course, and they'll be out. Yeah. But if they then come back to you and become a client, or you move them to working, yeah, that triggers this workflow, which pulls them out to the maybe in the future one. So it stops them looping around forever. Just really important that to think about the contingency there on these things. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Yeah.
We can also update opportunities automatically. I'll show you that one now.
So this would be like for the service contract. So they've had the service completed, and it now automatically triggers 12 months ahead.
Yeah, you can put a 12-month delay in there. And you might want to create another opportunity, a brand new opportunity. 'Cause each opportunity is like a job. Yeah. Each year you'd have like a job,
Yeah. Okay.
an individual job. So, in 12 months' time, you pop up a new opportunity that gets closed. And then 12 months after that, another opportunity creates. Yeah. One thing to bear in mind is sometimes you might have two sales pipelines working together or two pipelines work together. Your initial sales pipeline, new lead comes in, yeah. They go through the pipeline and become one. They become a client, yeah. So that's your initial sales pipeline. When they move to one, you leave them there, okay? Because then all your reporting works off of that one, yeah. Now, when you move them to one, that could trigger an automation to create a new opportunity in your, say, onboarding pipeline. So where one opportunity leaves off and becomes one, it kicks off another opportunity. It may be the client onboarding pipeline, and then you have a structured process to onboarding clients. Does that make sense? But it's important to leave an initial sales pipeline, when it reaches the end of that pipeline, one, it's important to leave that opportunity there, not just move it to the next pipeline automatically, because otherwise you lose your reporting.
So what I'm thinking here is if I had a pipeline set up for them called Chimney Sweep 2026, okay, all the deals that get done in 2026 are all there, and anyone that goes across opportunity then converted to one. Once it's moved to one, the automation could then take it to Chimney Sweep 2027 as a potential opportunity.
You could do that, yeah. Obviously, you by doing it 2027, you then got to do 2028, 2029. You've got to constantly be adding more pipelines. But yeah, you can do it that way. Yeah.
Well, I just think that, so they could see in the year 2026 that they had X number of won deals,
Yes, yeah.
and in 2027 actually the number of won deals increased. So that's a bit of growth, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Another thing you could when you move into the one stage, you could trigger actions like, for instance, update a Google Sheet.
Yeah.
So then if you push it straight into a Google Sheet, then you could that sheet just constantly grows. So then you'll be able later on you'll be able to slice and dice that sheet to show all of 2026, all of 2027 opportunities.
How do you do that? How can you?
So you click on so here like so. Yeah. You click on the action. It's just an action. If you type in Google. So it doesn't work with Google, it doesn't work with Microsoft Google Sheets.
No.
Yeah. So it's a premium action. It costs us a cent or something like that. You send it, you just connect it to your Google account, and you just drill down to that specific Google Sheet. So again, what you can do, when a new opportunity comes in, yeah, when a new opportunity comes in, you can push that contact straight into a Google Sheet. So you've got the name, contact details, you've got the date the new opportunity come in, the new lead. Yeah. When they close, when they become one, yeah, you can use this same tool here. But first of all, you can look up the person on this Google Sheet and then update that row in the Google Sheet. So on your Google Sheet, you've then got the name, the person, the contact details, the date they came in as a new lead, and the date they were closed on one row, which means then later on you can slice and dice that spreadsheet to show you whatever you want.
Yeah.
You go to Google Studio and create beautiful pie charts and anything you want there.
Right.
There's quite a lot you can do, isn't there?
Yeah.
Ooh, running out of time here now, guys. Anything I'm not covering, Atticus, you can think of?
With a question regarding duplicate opportunities. So how would we manage them?
So duplicate opportunities. So there's two ways, isn't there? Um, imagine you've got a web form here, or you're driving people to a web form. So you connect a form here quickly. Form submitted. Yeah, so we choose a particular form. We drill down to the form is. So for instance, I haven't got it set up in this account, but there's your form connected. We're going to create an opportunity now. Just type in opportunity. So well, they don't say beta anymore. Oh, they do, yeah, yeah. So you see, there's what the older way of doing this would be create update an opportunity, like so. You put in all your details, what pipeline do you want it to go into, what stage, and the bottom here allow duplicate opportunities. So if someone fills this form in for the second or third time, it's going to create an opportunity each time. Okay. If you don't have that, then it's not going to. No, not to say again. If you've got your settings here, it's just all in the settings here. Okay, but that's how you do there. That's the sort of the old-fashioned way of doing things now. But cancel that. The newer way of doing it, you click on here, and the first thing you do is you first. This is correct, isn't it, Atticus? The first thing you do is you look up to see if the opportunity exists already.
See, you find your opportunity,
So
which is an
first of all,
action.
you do find. Where is it? Tab. So this is a newer way of doing it, probably more flexible. First of all, you would find an op. Have they got an opportunity already? Yeah. Most recently or first created? Normally it's most recently. Okay. So when the form is filled in, the system is going to look at that contact record and see, have they got an opportunity already? Yeah. If they have got an opportunity, then they go down this track and we follow up. Yeah. If they haven't got an opportunity, then they go down this track. And the first thing I might want to do then is create an opportunity for them. So you click on here like so. Uh, then we use a new way of doing it. Create opportunity. choose what sales what the sales pipeline. We've only got one here, and then we just start to say, okay, we're going to drop them into the pipeline stage called new lead. Yep. So obviously, if they've already got an opportunity to go down this track, I'm not creating duplicates. If they haven't got an opportunity, I'm certainly going to create one for them. Maybe add a note, like as we showed before. Maybe add a note automatically. Note. Add to notes. Yeah, we've got more formatting available now. And here's where the new feature here, you can give them a color. Now give them a nice pretty color. That's brand new, that feature. So you might put a note on there, put a test and call it there.
You can add custom fields or opportunity fields on there, can't you?
So you can then merge in. So again, if we've captured the job number like I showed you on the opportunity record, I can pull in the opportunity, custom fields. We could pop in it, we could customize that note with a job number. Rather than having all the data buried in the contact record and on the opportunity record, we can make it nice and easy for the salesperson to see all the pertinent details.
So Julian, the question I had there with the opportunity, the find opportunity, is that just within the one pipeline that you're talking about, or can you find the opportunity in multiple pipelines?
Yeah. So I've drilled down to one pipeline here, but it could be any opportunity anywhere. Yes, yeah.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
if they've got 5 opportunities in 5 different pipelines, what can you do with the found opportunities? So if I wanted to remove the opportunities that have been half worked on, so for example, if they came to me 3 months ago,
Yeah.
and they're sitting in my what might be a contact one day, but they've filled in a form again, I want to be able to remove the previous record or close off the previous record and then continue with the new record in the new way.
So what you do then is you'd update the opportunity. There's an action called update opportunity that take it and put it in a different stage or different pipeline where you want it
So I
to.
could take the old opportunity and move it back to new within the pipeline.
With an
So
update
if
action,
I've
yeah.
got opportunity, so if I've got opportunity not found, I can create an opportunity in the new new column. But if I have got an opportunity in that opportunity panel, I can then take it and move it back to the beginning again.
Yeah, so if you click on the little plus dad on the workflow, just type in update opportunity here.
There we go. You should be doing these, that's good.
So I think it's the plus in opportunity found, Julian.
Yep, so update opportunity at the bottom.
Oh, those.
So here's
Yeah.
the update opportunity action. You can just add your fields which you want it to be updated to. So your pipeline stage, you might want to update the source or something like that.
Atticus, do you want a job?
So yeah, here. So hang on. So here you go to update pipeline. You might be particular pipeline. Choose that. And pipeline stage. Yeah, that you mean, Atticus? Yeah.
Exactly like that, yeah.
Fine. Okay. That's
And
great.
that-
Thank you.
And then that'll go.
But Jeremy, you mentioned that some of your older records got like 5 opportunities.
Well, so what happens is often we will flood the market with different Facebook campaigns, different Google campaigns. People come answer a Facebook ad, and then because it's the weekend and nobody's looking after them, they also go and fill out an inquiry form on the website, and then they'll go back to Facebook again because the advert is still popped up to them and fill out the form again, and they might fill it out 3 times, and then you've got 4 records in 4 different pipelines. It basically creates a complete mess. We really only want to. So what what I've got at the moment is I've got a thing called a hot lead, which means they've filled out something more than once. So
Yeah.
we basically put them into hot leads and say, so I can then say, oh, they're also in, make a note to say, oh, they're all in this pipeline, they're in this pipeline, they're in this pipeline, and they're in this pipeline.
Yeah, and also like adding a note each time you move or create an opportunity, adding a
Yeah.
note, it then gives the guys they can sort of follow the logic then chronologically, and you start getting gives you more of a picture, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. That's great. Thank you. The other question that I had was about the opportunity actual box itself. Is there so when you click on the actual opportunity box,
Yeah.
not within workflows, this is
No,
actually
yeah,
within
I'm
the
going out there,
opportunity
yeah.
itself. Sorry. I noticed you have the opportunity there for in the actual box. If you click on that box,
Yeah.
you can add a custom field within here, which is
Yeah.
fine. So that your job number there. Can you, in automations, fill that job number from a custom field in contacts?
Yes, you can, yes, yeah.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. So we get a bit more advanced here. We go to automation and vice versa as well.
Okay.
So that's the
Now, because everything that goes into opportunities is automatically creates a contact. So it creates a contact first with all the data I've got off of it. So when I'm creating the opportunity, I just want to fill it with as much data in the opportunity as I have available.
Okay, yeah. So also you can do this for forms as well. On a high level web form, you can choose to populate opportunity fields as well. So
Oh, can I? So I can
yeah,
actually pre-fill it in both the. Okay, fine. Okay,
yeah.
thanks.
You'd have to have a play with that because obviously you'd have to check the logic on it. I.e., because if you fill a contact us form, I can't remember exactly how it works now. I've played with it before. But obviously, if you're updating an opportunity record, if the opportunity doesn't exist, you know what I mean? So just a bit of playing before you do anything, have a play with that.
Okay,
But here,
fine.
for instance, here, so this is triggered by an opportunity stage move, yeah. So if I click on
Yep.
here, update opportunity, I can update the opportunity fields, yeah.
Okay, fine.
Or I could do that from the form as well, or I could go to contact, update contact field.
Okay.
So if I choose, have I got any fields set
It's the
up?
other way around I wanted to do
Oh,
it. So
okay.
I
You do
wanted
it.
to
You can do it either
update
way.
the
Yeah.
opportunity field from the contact value.
Got it. Yes, you can do it. You can do it either way around. I'm I'm updating this contact field here with the go to opportunity, the job number.
Yeah.
Where is it? Custom fields here. There should be one called job number. There you go. So yes, you can do that back and
Fine.
forth. Yeah. So you start to
Fine.
really,
Okay.
you can really start to juggle the data now.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
Well, there was something else I wanted to cover then. I can't remember what it was now. Oh yeah, the other thing I want to cover quickly was, is there any more questions come through yet, Atticus? Are we okay?
No,
No, it's only me doing the questions.
Yeah. So you got the opportunity record here. We can the nice little sort of pipe drive style, yeah. You can also manage the fields on here, and so you can customize the look of it to a degree. Yeah. You can only have 7 fields on there, but you can say I want the job number on. Remember that custom field job number I created? I should be able to drop in the job number there. So now I've got the job number from the custom data on the opportunity record. So you can customize it. I think you can color them in as well now. It's getting more and more sort of friendly to use all the time. Just check that. That's where you manage the fields. Yeah, so there's lots more customizations that we could do here. And the last one to show you here, pipeline. You go to pipelines here. Edit. We can have smart tags as well. Okay, so you give here's something else to play with, Steve. Yeah, smart tags. Let's add a smart tag. Uh, so for instance, if an opportunity goes stale, if an opportunity goes stale, I'm winging it a bit here. Yeah, so you might have that. So if I wanted to put a little label on stale opportunities, next add a rule, statuses. There's well, I'm winging it a bit here, Steve, to try and show you the example, but uh, you can basically create rules here, yeah, and what that will do, uh, it will uh, it will give a little color to the opportunity, which is not a very good example I gave you there. Sorry, Steve, you're on.
I think I saw something on there last changed or something.
Yeah, so it puts a little green flag. It puts a little flag on here that would say stale or new lead or whatever in that
Yeah.
color. So you can visually color them up to a degree with a little label. I don't have any on mine at the moment to see. Hang on. Is that you can see new leads here?
Yeah.
You can put little labels on them with using those rules. When a new lead comes in, I've got them labeled up there. I
So
don't think there's
that's
any other.
how do you get the smart tags again?
You go to your pipeline,
Yeah.
you go to
Yeah.
edit, and then you got smart tags. It's a bit hidden.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. Right.
So you can put in rules in there. Just gives it a bit more of a bit more. For the sales team, if you see a new lead coming in, it doesn't get lost. It's easy to spot.
Yeah. So if you add smart tag there, I think I saw something that came up. Just click on that smart tag. You can put in if a thing's not if the status is not changed for a period of time.
Uh,
Can you do that?
Payment description. Create new tag. It does say this. I'd have to have a play with it. You set up a high value, then you click on rule.
Yeah, there we are. Rule last. So last stage change date. Like
Does that make so I don't know if that works, does it? Because if it just says in the last week, does that help?
yeah, I don't know. I'll have a look at that. That's really
Yeah,
useful.
it just needs a little bit of playing about with. I mean, you can do it on the way of doing it, but I can't think of off the top of my head.
Right. Well, some really good things there today. Brilliant.
Yep. Any more questions for anyone before we call it a day?
Nothing in the chat.
Nothing in the chat. All right. Okay. Brilliant. Okay. And what's next week? What's the next workshop? Atticus, is it
Automations and workflows next Tuesday.
Okay, so we've been doing some automation work today on the workflow. So that's the topic for next Tuesday, the automations and workflow. So you're welcome to join us there, and you'll get the email reminders. Don't worry, Jeremy.
Is there one at 3 o'clock today?
Yeah, we're doing one at 3 o'clock on
Okay.
uh the sort of vibe coding, which is a new. Have you done much on vibe coding yet, Jeremy?
No, that's why I sent you an email about what the hell is vibing and whatever ages ago, but you never replied. But I didn't cry, don't worry.
Oh, sorry about sorry about that. I didn't see that one, Jeremy. Yeah, so
That's
yeah,
all
so.
right.
Again, we've got vibe coding in HighLevel now, but it's not as advanced as tools like Lovable yet. So I'll show you some examples that we've been working on. Well, you've already seen one of them already, Jeremy. You know the where we're automatically changing dates for the workshops.
Yeah.
So we're covering that at 3 o'clock. Um,
I'll see you there.
Could I just say thank you to Atticus for finally giving me a 10-minute reminder before the before the meeting starts. However,
Here we
there's no
go.
link. There's no link to click in it. You're missing it.
I know I missed it today. I realised that once we got sent out.
Yes,
Thank you.
that's a new thing we learned off Entrepreneur Circle, creating a WhatsApp community. Yeah.
Yeah.
So not a WhatsApp group, a WhatsApp community, whereby it's more of a one-way channel. So like Jeremy asked us to post a notification about today's workshop, but you don't get all that to and fro, and where everyone chips in and says, "Oh, I can't make it," and all this. It just gives you a notification. That's working quite well in Atticus. That's new.
Quite a few people have joined. I think you're part of it, Jeremy, aren't you? There's a couple of other people in there.
I'm part of it, yeah. Why'd you say you think you're part of it? I added a group before you kind of banned me from adding group.
Is that okay, guys? Is that okay, Mark? You've been quiet today. You're on mute, Mark.
Yeah, all good. Just listening. It's all new to me, so it's like.
Yeah,
Can I just say can I just say thank you to the other Jeremy as well for scaring the life out of me when it popped up? Jeremy asked a question. I was literally frantically thinking, what have I typed?
I think you've taken over from me. I think it just means that the only people who ask really nasty questions at these are called Jeremy, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we've overrun a bit today. We normally keep to the hour. We've overrun a little bit, but I hope you all found it useful anyway. And we'll see you either at 3 o'clock today for vibe coding, which is an extra workshop, or the workshop, the workflows next Tuesday. And we'll
Thank
catch
you.
up again. We'll catch up again soon, Mark, as well.
Great
Carry on
stuff.
your onboarding.
And if you want to join
Yeah.
the community, it'll be in the email with the recording
Okay.
for this workshop as well.
Yeah, we'll do. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Cheers.
Yeah.
I'll catch
Yeah,
you all
cheers,
soon.
guys.
Cheers now. Bye.
Yeah, bye.
Cheers. Bye.
So that's today's recording of the Sales Pipelines and Opportunities workshops with Marketomate. In a second, you should see a QR code appear. Please use that to either book a discovery call and also to book onto the next workshop. Thank you.